Okay, so now we're going to set up the trifecta for home. You'll notice in the accessories kit that the machine comes with 2 brew chambers, as well as a brew and 2 pitcher, the water reservoir, a scale for weighing your beans or tea leaves, and a scoop. So let's get the machine primed and ready to brew. So you want to lift the latch and firmly place your brew chamber into place on the brew chamber platform here. You just want to make sure it's put all the way into the back. So the locking mechanism, you want that to engage. So I push in the bottom to make sure that's locked and set the water reservoir in place. And now you're ready to plug your brewer into a 120 volt outlet. So the first thing we want to do is prime the internal hot water tank. So we're going to do that by pouring 12 ounces of water into, I'm going to fill it to the top 12 ounce line, and you'll immediately see the water reservoir lights start to flash and the water begins to drop. That water is being moved into the internal hot water tank of the machine. So as soon as that water reservoir is empty, I'm going to add another 12 ounces of water into the water reservoir. This is the only time you need to perform this operation. This is the initial setup of the brewer. Okay, so the machine has taken this 12 ounces, and now it will take about half of the next 12. And so we're going to pour that in and then wait for the water level to stabilize here in the water reservoir. You'll see the blue light is flashing, the brew button. That blue light is flashing to tell us that this action needs to be taken, the initial setup. Okay, so now the water level has stabilized. I'm going to fill it back up to the top of the 12 ounce mark. So I have a full 12 ounces in the water reservoir. And then I'm going to place a container on the drip tray and press the brew button. That is going to activate water into the brew chamber. And this is what will allow the hot water tank inside to begin heating for the first time. So as you see this action take place, all the water is going to come out of the water reservoir, enter into the brew chamber, and then we're going to hear the hot water tank turn on and begin to heat. And then it'll take about 2 minutes to bring the water up to proper temperature. Now the water will be dispensed into a brew pitcher, so make sure you have a container that holds at least 14 ounces underneath the drip tray. So that's the pump that's pushing the water out through the metal filter, the screen that's in the bottom of the chamber. And one of the things you can see here in the bottom of the brew chamber is that metal screen. Trifecta, because it uses air infusion, it pushes or presses the water or the beverage through that metal screen and into the cup. So you're starting to hear the rumbling noises of the pump turning off, and pretty soon the heater will kick on, and you can hear it now. Again, it'll take about 2 minutes to bring the brew up to temp. As soon as this brew button is a solid color blue, you will be ready to brew. So I'm going to go off and get some coffee and get our first brew going.